Is France burning? The recent riots that have engulfed the nation have pushed it into uncharted territory. President Macron himself has acknowledged that the scale and severity of the destruction are even worse than the infamous 2005 French riots. Let's dive into the chaos and try to understand what's happening. In the wake of these unprecedented riots, President Macron addressed the nation, drawing parallels to the 2005 French riots that shook the country. He expressed deep concern over the current situation, emphasizing the gravity of the challenges faced. To truly comprehend the extent of the riots, let's take a look at some alarming statistics. Nearly 500 public buildings have been burnt down, leaving a trail of destruction in their wake. The loss and damage caused to these important institutions are a harsh reminder of the chaos that has unfolded. The images that we see are surreal and shocking. The flames devouring once vibrant structures, emblematic of the deep unrest and anger that has taken hold in French cities. The protests that began as a response to the shooting of a 17-year-old boy of Algerian descent have quickly escalated into a nationwide crisis. What started as a localized incident rapidly spread across major French cities, including Paris, Marseille, Toulouse, Strasbourg, and Lille. Hundreds of arrests have been made, and hundreds of police officers have been injured in the clashes. Faced with this dire situation, the government has made an unprecedented move, deploying 45,000 police personnel in an attempt to restore order. To understand the root cause of these riots, we need to examine the incident that triggered the unrest. It all began with the shooting of a 17-year-old boy during a routine traffic stop. Initial reports from the police suggested that the officers fired in self-defense as the boy drove towards them. However, bystander video presents a different narrative. While we cannot show the entire video due to its graphic content, it clearly challenges the initial police account. The footage captured by witnesses reveals a young life tragically cut short. The riots have resulted in a significant number of arrests, highlighting the widespread nature of the unrest. Over 1,000 individuals have been taken into custody as law enforcement authorities work tirelessly to regain control. As clashes between protesters and police escalate, so do the injuries sustained by officers on the front lines. Reports indicate that hundreds of police officers have been injured while attempting to restore order amidst the chaos. The safety and well-being of our officers remains our utmost priority. They have shown immense courage and dedication in the face of these unprecedented challenges. We will continue to deploy all necessary resources to protect both our officers and the public. To combat the escalating crisis, the French government has made an extraordinary decision. They have deployed a staggering 45,000 police personnel across the nation in an effort to bring the situation under control. The strategic development of these forces aims to restore peace and stability to the affected areas. It is an unprecedented measure in modern French history, underscoring the severity of the riots. At the heart of these riots lies the tragic incident that ignited the flames of anger and unrest. A 17-year-old boy of Algerian descent lost his life during a routine traffic stop. This incident has become a rallying cry for those demanding justice and accountability. Eyewitness testimonies and videos captured by bystanders have cast doubt on the initial police narrative. They raise important questions about the use of force and the circumstances surrounding the young boy's death. Our hearts are shattered by the loss of our beloved son. We demand justice for him and for all those who have suffered at the hands of excessive police tactics. This tragic event has become a catalyst for broader discussions and the relationship between law enforcement and minority communities in France. It has highlighted underlying tensions and grievances that have festered within society. These riots in France have brought to light significant discrepancies between the initial claims made by police and the videos captured by bystanders. These videos, circulating on social media platforms, present a stark contrast to the official narrative surrounding the incident that sparked the riots. These eyewitness videos have raised questions about the actions of the police officers involved and the circumstances leading to the tragic death of the 17-year-old Algerian boy. They have ignited public outrage and fueled demands for a thorough investigation into the incident. The impact of the riots in France extend beyond the streets and into the cultural fabric of the nation. Concerts and events have been canceled, disrupting the daily lives of citizens. Even the iconic Tour de France has been affected, with organizers on high alert, preparing to adapt to any potential disruptions. The cancellation of concerts and events reflects the gravity of the situation and the concerns for public safety amid the escalating unrest. It is a testament to the far-reaching consequences of the riots on various aspects of French society. President Macron finds himself at the center of the crisis, grappling with the gravest leadership challenge since the Yellow Vest protests that shook the nation in 2018. In response to the riots, he has held crisis meetings, demonstrating his commitment to address the situation promptly. These crisis meetings aim to devise strategies and implement measures to restore order and ensure the safety of the citizens. President Macron's response carries significant weight as the nation looks to its leadership for guidance during these turbulent times. We stand in solidarity with those affected by the riots. It is inexplicable and inexcusable that we have lost a young life. My deepest condolences go out to the family and loved ones of the victim. The case has been referred to the courts, and I urge them to swiftly establish the truth. President Macron's words express sorrow and support for the family, emphasizing the need for a fair and timely judicial process. He is actively seeking justice while grappling with the complexity of the situation. In addition to the government's response, President Macron has made an appeal to social media platforms. He has urged them to remove sensitive videos and identify individuals inciting violence. The plea highlights the role that social media plays in the dissemination of information and its potential impact on the ongoing unrest. The riots in France have caused significant disruptions to daily life, with reports of looting, attacks on buildings, and clashes between protesters and police. The streets that were once bustling with activity have now become the epicenter of unrest and tension. These disruptions paint a grim picture of the current state of affairs in France. The destruction of property and the confrontations between protesters and law enforcement have created an atmosphere of fear and uncertainty. In light of the ongoing riots in France, several Western governments have issued warnings to their citizens traveling to the country. They urge caution and advise individuals to stay informed about the situation and follow the guidance of local authorities. The warnings issued by Western governments highlight the international concern over the escalating unrest. Travelers are being advised to assess the risks before visiting France and to remain vigilant during their stay. The United Nations, too, has been closely monitoring the events unfolding in France. They have emphasized the importance of peaceful assembly and called on French authorities to ensure the non-discriminatory use of force by the police. The United Nations recognizes the right to peaceful protest as a fundamental aspect of democracy. They urge all parties involved to exercise restraint and to uphold the principles of human rights, even in the face of heightened tensions. Amidst the chaos, it is crucial to remember that peaceful protests can be a powerful tool for expressing grievances and initiating positive change. It is through dialogue and understanding that long-term solutions can be sought. To truly understand the current crisis in France, we need to understand the historical context and the demographic changes that have shaped the nation. France has undergone significant transformations in its population and immigration policies over the years. In the aftermath of World War I, French leaders recognized the importance of population size in warfare and actively encouraged population growth. This led to an influx of immigrants from countries such as Poland, Belgium, and Italy seeking better opportunities in France. Similarly, after World War II, France faced a labor shortage, leading to increased immigration, particularly from North Africa, including Algeria, Morocco, and Tunisia. These immigrants were initially viewed as temporary economic immigrants, but gradually became accepted as permanent residents. These waves of immigration have transformed France into a multi-ethnic and culturally diverse society. However, France has a unique approach to race-conscious policies. Unlike other Western European countries or English-speaking immigrant societies, France has intentionally avoided implementing such policies. France's history and the memory of Nazi Germany's atrocities have shaped the country's aversion to race-based data collection. There are no official policies or data collection efforts that target specific racial or ethnic groups for benefits or recognition. However, this approach poses challenges in understanding France's racial demographics and the disparities that exist within society. Without reliable data, it becomes difficult to address the socioeconomic disparities that affect various communities. Socioeconomic disparities, often concentrated in certain areas, have an impact on police-community relationships. High crime rates in these areas lead to a higher law enforcement presence, which in turn can contribute to strained relations between residents and police. We feel marginalized and targeted by the police. It's a cycle that needs to be broken. There's a lack of trust between the community and the police. We need efforts to bridge the gap. These complex dynamics can contribute to incidents and tensions between law enforcement and residents. It's essential to address the underlying socioeconomic disparities and work towards building trust and understanding between communities and the police. Understanding the historical context, challenges in collecting racial data, and the impact of socioeconomic disparities provides us with a broader perspective on the complexities surrounding police-community relations in France. Thank you for watching. If you found this video informative, please consider liking, subscribing, and leaving a comment down below to contribute to the ongoing conversation. Stay tuned for the next part of our series, where we explore the potential solutions and initiatives to address these systemic challenges in France.